Welcome back to the Movienook. This is episode 2, horror films. I'm not talking about the cheesy little slasher, I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream flicks. I'm talking about true gore, horror, where everything dies, there's blood and brain matter everywhere. Now, let's get started. Well, the first movie we're going to review for you today is John Carpenter's The Thing. It was released in 1982, starring Kurt Russell. It's a remake of a 1951 film entitled The Thing from Outer Space. But Carpenter's version is a more faithful adaptation of the book, which was based, the 51 movie was based on, entitled Who Goes There by John W. Campbell. Some, including Carpenter himself, believe that The Thing is part 1 in the Apocalypse trilogy, and the other movies in the Apocalypse trilogy are The Prince of Darkness and In the Mouth of Madness. The movie was good, in my opinion, and several other thousand, even millions of people, but the theatrical release was tarnished by the release of E.T. right around the same time. The movie has developed a cult following over the years in a release of a comic book miniseries and a video game. The game was good. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't hugely popular unless you were a fan of the movie. It was a great tie-in for you. But it didn't do that large. There is a rumor of a prequel on the way. I have no, updates or anything about that, date of release or anything like that. But this movie is a definite collection pickup. The acting is pretty good for what they had to work with in the time. Like I said, it was released in the early 80s, so there wasn't much special effects, so people had to use more of their imagination. There wasn't none of this CGI. But it was still a fairly good movie. Definite pickup. I will sit down and watch this any chance I get. So, go out and get it. I'm sure you can find it in a Walmart $5 bin, a DVD store, anything you want. Alright, moving on to the next film. Now, the next movie we have to review for you, as you just seen by the poster, is Dawn of the Dead, the remake. It was first released in 1978 by the same name. Well, this version contains stars of Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, and Mekhi Phifer, with a cameo by Tom Savini. He was more famous for his work behind the camera as an FX makeup guy and a director. You've seen him around. He's appeared in several other films, such as From Dusk to Dawn and Grindhouse. This movie is still the same as the original that was released in the late 70s, about a group of survivors that have to live in a mall while there's hordes and hordes of zombies outside trying to get in and eat them. This movie is a definite pickup, as well as the original is. I own the original somewhere on VHS. Not sure where in this house it is, but it's here. Any of the other dead movies by Romero are a definite pickup. So please run out to your local video store, Walmart, yard sale, wherever, and grab them before they're gone. And just remember, when there's no more room in hell, the dead shall walk the earth. The movie we have to review for is the third and final in today's episode. It is The Exorcist, starring Linda Blair and Max von Sydow. It was released in 1973, and it was based upon a novel by William P. Blatty. Both the book and the movie drew its inspiration from a documented exorcism of a 14-year-old boy in 1943. This movie is one of many films produced in the late 60s and early 70s of demonic child possession. Other movies included in that are Rosemary's Baby and The Omen. The Omen just had a re-release in 2006. Actually, it was released on June 6, 2006. A little, play on the calendar date by the PR people. Anyway, moving on. This movie is one of the top grossing horror movies of all time, grossing somewhere over $402 million worldwide, and earning 10 Academy Award nominations, but sadly only walking away with 2. One for Best Sound, and another one for Best Adapted Screenplay. This movie is a great addition to any collection horror, or just a random DVD collection. But if you pick it up and you already don't own it, go out and pick up the unrated edition for just the spider walk scene. I mean that include the spider walk scene include into some of the other great scenes that are in there, especially the crucifix scene, the puking scenes, and just a lot of them are really, really creepy. But this movie also set Linda Blair apart from all the other, child and female actors at the time. This movie accelerated her to the top of the list of the Scream Queens, with other people like Jamie Lee Curtis's mom. Now Jamie Lee Curtis is even, later in the 70s, early 80s, has joined that list because of the Halloween films. But definitely pick up all 3 movies. I give a 4-star rating to, which is the highest I'll give you. So definitely run out, pick them up. Look for further episodes from me here at the Movienook. But if you can't wait, check over at my friends at the Game Nook. I know they're going to actually be producing an episode sometime today, I believe. So look for that update. Please subscribe to me and the Game Nook, and we'll check you back next time. Just remember, keep watching those films. The only bad film is the one you don't watch.